Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another speed build. So I recorded this video yesterday, but I decided I just got a knack for building something in The Sims because I haven't actually built anything in quite a while besides renovating Ophelia Villa, which if you want to watch that, go watch that. But anyway, shameless plug aside, I decided to build a cute little granny-inspired cottage. Now, I hope none of you are triggered by my building skills, because I know a lot of people have a certain order of building stuff, but I kind of just wing it. But I hope you enjoy this process. I was actually fairly proud of the build. I thought it turned out quite well. As you can see, I'm just going around testing what works. So I like to give the roof a nice roof trim. I don't think the house is complete without a roof trim in The Sims 4. And I actually use the nifty knitting stuff pack a lot in this, as you can see with the door. I really like the stuff pack, and I really like the build stuff that comes with it. I know a lot of people are a bit iffy on it, but I actually really like that sofa, and I used it in this build, and I think it really suited the vibe that I'm going for, of this like nice middle class old woman. I also apologise if I sound a bit snotty. I have this really weird stomach bug thing, and I don't know what it is. It's just like it just gets either worse or better throughout the day, and it's just really unpredictable. I had it yesterday, and I felt awful the other day, but I think I'm at the end of it now. It's just been very odd, and then also on top of that, I've had hay fever. So you know, the world is trying to kill me. But yeah, as you'll be able to see in a second, at this point, I'm kind of considering whether the house might be a little bit too big. So originally, I shrink it down to a very, very small size, but as you can see, I do make it a bit bigger, but it's a little bit smaller than it was last time. I didn't want to go too big because it is just supposed to be like a granny bungalow. That's the kind of vibe I was going for. I kind of just made it up as I went along, but I think I kind of stick to that granny theme quite well. And I think I also shrunk the hallway. Yeah, there we go. I shrunk the hallway because I thought it was a bit weird having such a massive like hallway area. And yeah, as you can see, I'm just going in and just shrinking everything because I just don't want it to be. I just want it to be like nice and self-contained. Cottages aren't too big, and I feel like it would have looked weird if it was too big. And I also really like this panelled wall with the grey panels that came from Parenthood. I think it's just a really good standard wallpaper that you can use in your Sims game. And now I'd just like to point out, I didn't budget this at all. I used as much money as I wanted because I didn't really feel like restricting myself in that way. I kind of just wanted to make it look as good as possible without using like the cheapest things. And I think I imagine the person who lives here to be this very rich. She was like a retired college professor. I think that's the story I'm going for, and that's why, as you'll be able to see, she has lots and lots of books because obviously, you know, college professors' books, you know, that kind of thing. I don't even know if that makes sense, but if it does, tell me. Yeah, but as I said, I used the nifty knitting sofa. I also didn't restrict myself on packs, and I'm really sorry about that because I know if anybody does want to download these builds, you probably might have a few items missing. I really am going to try next time I do a speed build to not use as many packs, but for now, I decided just to use what I want, and I think it just made the house look the best that it could have done, the way I used multiple packs, because I really like that paranormal stuff table. I can definitely imagine that in like an old woman's house. I can definitely imagine all that nifty knitting stuff in an old woman's house. I really like that seasons fireplace and the cats and dogs rug. I really just like the wicker look. I just think it really suits the house. I really just love going into The Sims 4 and just building something. I feel like, well, other games are definitely better in other departments like gameplay. Anything is better than The Sims 4 in that regard, to be perfectly honest, especially when it comes to family gameplay and things like that. I feel like building in The Sims 4, though, is just so therapeutic and just so relaxing, and I just feel like it distracts you from everyday life. GCSEs, which I am almost done with, by the way. I've only got how many GCSEs? I've only got 3 left, so that's good. I'm really excited to be done with them, and it is mental that I'm not going to school anymore. Like I've been doing study leave for ages now, and like it's starting to feel normal. And when I think about that, I just find it so weird. I mean, it's the end of an era. I mean, it really is for me. Like no more school. Well, I've got like college and stuff, Anna, but besides that, it is the end of an era. You know, the past how old am I now? The past 12 years of doing stuff in school has all led to this moment and just like finally leaving, and it's mental. It's mental, but you know, life must go on, and I'm actually really excited to leave school, though it is absolutely terrifying. But yeah, anyway, back to the build. So as you can see, I did the kitchen. I used some stuff from Parenthood and Cottage Living. I think I really, really like that fridge. I think it's so cute. I really like that item. I think it's so trendy. And I didn't really know what curtains to put in the kitchen, though. I feel like it kind of annoys me when like a room has curtains and then others don't. So I really wanted to just provide some sort of like shield, covering. That's the word, not shield. What's the shield? It's not a sword and a plate of armor. Like what? And yeah, I also went in and changed around some of the swatches as well. So as you might have saw, I changed the color of the table in the living room from red to blue. I think it kind of just suits the color theme a bit more because I feel like I like pops of color, random color occasionally, but I feel like that was a bit too harsh and didn't really suit the theme we were going for. Now, I don't know if anyone else is like this, but just tell me, when like you're building, do you ever just take ages on like one thing? Because a lot of the time I'll find myself in one room. I didn't really do it on this build, but I'll do something like I can't decide on like a bed, and it'll take me like 15 minutes to decide like the bed that I want to put in, and it just ends up taking me so long to build something because I'm just so indecisive. Like honestly, a massive renovation can take me a whole day for how streamlined the Sims 4's tools are. It honestly, it doesn't. It's personally for me, it does take me a long time to do stuff. However, I think that's my fault and probably not the Sims. Oh yeah, and as you can see, I actually went in the kitchen and changed up all the counters because I remembered, oh yeah, the cottage living counters do exist, and I think they suited the kitchen more. I like them a lot better than the Parenthood ones. I feel like the Parenthood ones are kind of like the proto cottage living counters, and I feel like the cottage living ones look so much better. They're so pretty. Now, as I do the bathroom, I think there is a topic of discussion that we should talk about. What do we think of the new Werewolves game pack? When I saw the trailer, I kind of thought, yeah, like everybody else, that they looked a little bit weird, a little bit uncanny valley. Like the designs are a little bit odd, and I think it would have been hard to do that. So I'm not really going to hold that against the Sims team for like the fact that the designs are a bit like weird, because at the end of the day they are werewolves. However, I got the pack last night, and I think I'm going to start a new Let's Play with it, so, look out for that. And speaking of werewolves, a little baby just walked in. Hello, Sid. My grandma's staying over, and she's brought her dog, Sydney. He's adorable. We love him. He's a Jack Russell cross with a Shih Tzu, and it's a very odd breed, but he's absolutely adorable, and we love him. Don't we, Sid? Mwah. Yes, we do. Oh, he's licking my face. Alright, anyway. Yeah, so he's sitting on my lap right now. So, where were we? Oh, yes, werewolves. Right. My first impression of the pack, because I had a little go with it last night. I think it's good. I genuinely think the Sims team tried a lot. Thankfully, after my wedding stories, the experience that I found in the pack was quite bug-free. I don't think I encountered one glitch, which is an absolutely good sign, even though I'm not going to praise them for doing the least, because when a product is released, it should be fixed on release. You shouldn't release something with the mentality of, oh yeah, we'll just release this broken and we'll fix it later. But thankfully, Werewolves isn't like that. And I think that I really, really enjoy the lore. I think the lore is like so good, and I really appreciate the fact that the Sims team listened to the community and thought, all right, this is what the people want. This is what they want to see. And I went in and I made a werewolf, and I was surprised to find that the werewolves are actually like even deeper than the vampires, and I was surprised by that because I thought like the vampire system and the vampires like game pack, it was a game pack, wasn't it, was pretty deep. But I feel like they've kind of just blown the competition out of the water now, because vampires used to be my favourite cult, and I think werewolves are actually probably like tailing close behind now. And so yeah, like the actual like skill tree and everything, it's all really deep. Like you've got the werewolf packs. I do wish you could make your own, but never mind. The werewolf packs that we have in game are still fun, and you can still become leader of your own werewolf pack. Though I do think it was a missed opportunity to make your own. But yeah, I feel like overall I'm quite impressed with you Sims team. So well done. I'm really glad that the pack turned out well. But it is odd though, because I feel like for every good game pack, we always get a bad one. Like we have Journey to Patu, bad. Dream Home Decorator, good. My First Wedding Stories, bad. Now, Werewolves, good. Like, is this a sign? Like, every other pack is going to be bad? I hope not. I really, really hope not. Like, I think that'll probably kill the game. well, it probably won't kill the game. I feel like there's been so much like content in The Sims 4 that has been kind of like subpar, but we still go along with it because at the end of the day, the game is still fun. But anyway, right. So I'm just going in with like spray paint, spray. I can't speak. What is it called? Terrain paint. That's what I'm saying. Oh, Sid, do you want to get down? You want to get down? No. Sorry, he was just trying to jump off. But yeah, I'm going around doing some landscaping now. So I finished the inside of the house, and I decided that I would love to make like a little wild garden. I feel like I like gardens that aren't too upkept, because apparently, because I heard that upkept gardens, like really like mowed lawns, are actually really bad for the environment, and I never knew that. You learn something new every day. But yeah, I also added like a pond. I had to mess around with the train tools a bit because I feel like they're kind of a bit like odd, and it's kind of like hard to make a pond look good. And the pond like lining up with all the different, because you can put fireflies and fish and ducks and stuff. I didn't put any of them in because I knew it wouldn't really like line up properly and it'd just look a bit weird. So I decided instead, as you'll be able to see soon, I just put in some like rocks and some not trees in the water. No, I put some like bushes lining it, and I also changed it to like a leafy water because you have that weeping willow or whatever the tree is. I don't think it's a weeping willow. No, it's not a weeping willow. I put a tree hanging over it, so I thought it would make sense to put leafy water in it. But yeah, as you can see, I'm going around just absolutely just like making sure, like making this look really populated as possible, like packing it out like it's a proper like wild garden. Like I imagine like a lot of like wildlife lives here. She really loves bringing in all the wildlife into her garden. This woman who lives here, she's just really concerned about the environment, and I think she donates to animal charities. She definitely does. She donates to animal charities. She goes to the garden centre every weekend with her friends and her daughter. I think she does have a daughter, just one daughter, but then she has like 5 grandkids. So it makes up. She wanted more children, but she never ended up having more children. So she kind of like really treats her grandchildren because she always wanted more children, but she only had one daughter. As you might be able to tell, making a story for these builds really helps me shape what I want to do with them. I feel like I had this kind of idea in mind the entire way through as I was really building it. But yeah, on that note, I think we're coming up to the end of the speed build now. Yeah, alright, so I'll just leave the voiceover here. I'll let you just enjoy the rest of the build. So, alright, thank you very much for watching. If you liked the build, please like and subscribe, or don't if you didn't. And I'll see you next time. See ya!